Welcome, all of you. In this session of history, we are going to discuss about an important topic: definitions of history. We know the subject history, a famous one in other disciplines. So, finding a definition for history, it is very difficult. So, history cannot be easily defined because there is no agreed definition among the historians. So each and every historians from the subject of history have given different opinions about the definition. They expressed conflict views regarding the nature, significance, and value of history because the scope and nature as well as significance of history is ever expanding, so that no agreed definition was given. But each definition explains some of the futures and natures of history, but not the whole, because history has been approached from many different points of view. It has received more varied definitions than even the novel. It is true, the interpretation of the available materials given by the father of history Herodotus, a Greek historian Thucydides, Titus Livius Livy, Kalhana, Edward Gibbon, Spengler, Arnold Joseph Toynbee, and Will Durant have taken the shape of different histories. So, the above mentioned historians state their own view about history. So, the definition given by them is varied from one to another, so that we cannot able to find one opinion or one definition about history. Let me explain one by one, my dear friends. The Greek were the first to give a rational meaning of the word history because the word derived from Greek. In fact, the term history itself derived from Greek word historia. Historia, it's a term which came from Greek dictionary, which means, what is the meaning of historia? Which means inquiry, research, exploration, information, or learning. So please remember, my dear friends, the term historia came from Greek term. The term given this meaning. What was there? Inquiry, research, exploration, information, or learning. So think about, my dear friends, all these words explain history. Inquiry, which very close relation with history. Research, we are doing research in the field. Exploration, nowadays many exploration have been done by Archaeological Survey of India in many parts of our India. So through that exploration, through that inquiry, through that research, we find information. Through the information, we learn something of our past. Even German also give a term for history, which is Geschichte, which means an intelligent and intelligible narration of past events. The Arabic word Tariq also stands for chronology. The Sanskrit word Itikasa refers to legend. So all these words from Historia to Itikasa, they give meaning of history. So history is the study of man's struggle through the ages against nature and the elements, against the wild beast and the jungle. So what is history, sir? History is nothing but it is a study of past events. Past event is nothing but It is man's struggle through the ages. So against their nature, against its elements, against its wild beast. So history is a significant record of events of the past. It is a meaningful story of mankind depicting the details of what happened to the man and why it happened. History mirrors to us the past as through it were present. History is just knowledge of the past as it really happened. So the historical mindness and the spirit of further inquiry of the scope of history have resulted in various definitions down the years. When we start the class, I already pointed out that no agreed definitions given by historians. So various historians give various definition to history. First and foremost, Aristotle, a great thinker from Greek, he suggests that history is an account of the unchanging past. History is an account of the unchanging past. So, which was given by Aristotle, a famous Greek thinker as well as historian. He said that history is is an account of the unchanging past. You cannot change the past event. You cannot change the past event. So that he defined a definition: history is an account of the unchanging past. And one more famous personality from the subject of history, Mr. E.H. Carr, the admired author of What is History. He wrote the book What is History, which was a famous one, my dear friends. So he defines history as a continuous process of interaction between the historian and his facts. It is a continuous process of interaction between the historian and his facts. So he simply state definitions for history is it is an unending dialogue between the present and the past. History is nothing but it is an unending dialogue between the present and the past. So which is a very very famous one, my dear friends. Please note it down. So G.J. Renier, he was a Dutch historian. He defined history as the story of the experiences of men living in the civilized society. So like that, Thomas Garley also defined history in his own way. So history is nothing but it is the essence of innumerable biographies. Thomas Garley defined history as history is the essence of innumerable biographies, very particularly great men theory. Hegel also pointed history as a progressive realization of the world spirit. Karl Marx, a social thinker, very famous social thinker and also economist, who visualized history as the activity of men in pursuit of their ends. So, like that, many historians have defined the definition of history in many ways, in various forms. So, please remember, my dear friends, definitions of history could not given by a single historian. It was given by various historians in various periods. So you can also suggest a meaning for or definition for history. With this, my dear friends, I would like to conclude this class. Thank you.